Yo, wagwan, people of the interwebs, it's that guy. Yeah, today we're doing a dread review on Rollerblader. There's a rollerblader from Minnesota. This guy has been in the scene quite a while and making some noise as of lately in the blading scene. Definitely got picked up by God's Brand amateur rider, so big ups to that. And today's video, we're actually looking into the freeform locks of Chemi. I apologize, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but it might be Chemi Simiyu. Chemi Simiyu, inline skater. So make sure you stay tuned, stay subscribed. This is Not Nation.
On your feet like a rap elephant, kangaroo, can't come through with these puppets, unless you cool, unless you know those. You're in my world now, I make the rules, I say who lives, I say who die, I save the kids, I push the button, delete the crew, got me on cue, call me on.
Yes. I love doing reviews of dreads, obviously, here on Not Nation. This is what this channel is all about, the dreadlock community. So when it comes the opportunity to shine the light on a fellow rollerblader, you know, you got to give respects and you got to shine as bright as can be. That's why I'm doing this dread review today on Chemi Simiyu, Minnesota inline skater on his way to be professional. And he's got some really dope set of locks. So let's see what I can pull up here on the Instagram. So I was talking to him actually on Facebook pretty recently. And Chemi mentioned to me, this is Chemi here. And Chemi mentioned to me about his hair being like a type 4. And he basically said that he just stopped combing his hair and stopped using conditioner when he was washing it. He said he wore hats a lot as well at the beginning. And he really did not have any intent of dreads. He just didn't care at the time in the life about what his hair was really doing, so he wore hats and he stopped combing it, which is a perfect recipe for dreadlocks, as you can see. He said he tried a few times when he was younger by twisting it with gels, but that was hard. It was hard work, and it was hard work to not get it wet when he was a kid. This being the most usual way of going about with dreads is a twist with the gel. Of course, not letting your hair get wet, because when it gets wet, it starts to come undone. When you wear a hat and you just start to freeform it, getting your hair wet and drying is actually part of the process of creating the dreads. So it's actually funny that like washing twists helps them come out, but when you wash freeforms, it helps them lock. It's a very interesting perspective there. Looking at some more pictures here of Chemi over the years. I was talking to him on Facebook once again, and he was saying that he is mixed race. He's half Kenyan and half European, giving him, you know, that mulatto texture. Hair does work out to freeform quite well. I've realized now for myself, freeforming for 4 years, and I really was worried in the beginning about not really knowing how my dreads would show up, but I'm glad that, you know, this route has been taken. This photo here showing his hair with a ponytail. I always found that wearing ponytails when skating helps out a lot. I always appreciated skaters and bladers that can ride with their hair down in front of their face. It does look more swaggy, and it is definitely harder to see your landings and shit. But personally, like, I wear the hair back or in a hat as well quite a bit. Here's a picture of Chemi here holding up the new God's skate brand. Dreadlocks here actually looking kind of braided a little bit, and a lot of these locks actually down by his collarbone in length, which is a pretty good length, where it's not like too short, it's not too long where it's getting all over the face and all in your way. And notice the coloring of his dreads as well, like he's keeping that natural color, looking real fresh. Bucket hats with dreads. I always liked the bucket hat look with dreadlocks, and it's actually really hard to find bucket hats that fit large over dreads. So if anyone knows of any extra large, double extra large bucket hats, let me know in the comments. I'm definitely interested in that. Again here with the bucket hat, pretty good look. And I think I'm actually gonna pull up, I mean, he has more videos than anything, so we will look into a lot of his shit. Alright, so dreads here, looking pretty fire. Notice the tips aren't really blunted or anything, they're just kind of wispy as well. This picture really showing the definition of his locks actually. I like that the sun has actually bleached some of his dreads to be a little bit lighter. Again, the tips being wispy, and a lot of his dreads actually congoed up, a lot of them looking pretty flat. The flat look, the flat dreads are actually like pretty rad because they're more unique than the typical cylindrical ones, the twists, the interlocks. So when you see people rocking the flat ribbon dreads, it's a big sign. It's like, you know, it shows right away, you know, dedication to freeform, because there's no way to make a ribbon dread besides freeforming it. You can't go to the salon and be like, hey, I want all flat dreadlocks. It's impossible. They'll give you cylindrical twists. This picture is here looking pretty cool with the backlight coming in, kind of giving us the definition of his dreads. Wearing hats a lot. This was probably the type of hats that he was wearing a lot in the beginning. Hats do help with the dreading process, especially if you wear wool hats. It's almost like a towel rubbing in its own if you're wearing hats all the time. Just it can get a bit too much if you're always wearing hats throughout your whole dread journey. You can end up over like thinning out some areas and drying out your hair. It's important to let your scalp breathe a bit as well. This picture here showing some dope definition for sure. It's really cool to see that some of his dreads are like basically blonde. And to think like the hair can change color like this naturally is pretty remarkable. Being able to fit on the hat still, the snapback, and yeah, again you can see some congos happening down here on the sides. A lot of people call these like fishtails, dragon tongues, whatever you may call them. Here's a cool picture of his locks without a hat on. Seems to be like naturally parted, pretty cool. Doesn't seem like the hairline is going back at all or anything. Like this dreads are still pretty fresh. Few years in the game. This shot looking pretty cool because it shows you what his hair's like with the dreads pulled back. Now this is pretty cool here. This guy here is a really inspirational and innovative pro skater from Minnesota as well, and it's really cool that these guys get to skate together on his come up. A little bit of a close-up on the locks here as well. Great access to some cool pictures actually on his Facebook page here. And this actually showing when his hair was a little bit shorter, not too much shorter. And a cool shot from the back of the head here. Seems to be like a little bit of a parting here, but again, you can see this snapback. It's not, I know this is not a snapback, but this type of hat gets harder to wear the longer your dreads get. You can already see that it's kind of too small for his head already. We need a better hat game up in the dread life. And actually, here's a cool pic here with his dreads from 4 years ago. Looking a lot thinner at this point. Either he started off his dreads from here and they've grown out double the length and have gone to ribbon dreads since then, or this is a completely different set of locks from when he was younger. But quite possibly this could be the beginning of his dread journey. And of course, some dope killer skating pics. That aggressive inline skate life. Backside fast slides, and this picture shows him before he had any dreads at all, more so just a little afro. This picture being pretty cool. I like the bandana style going down. It's more like a hippie look, and it is a great way to keep the hair out of your face in a different manner where it's not pulling your hair back but pulling it down instead. So this look is actually a big recommendation to try if you have dreadlocks. And notice the new growth here. Right down the middle of his part, nothing is down to the scalp. There's not much scalp, if any, showing at all. So it's a great way to grow these dreads, and I like that they're thinner at the bottom and they're getting thicker as they grow in more. So he's got a lot of room to grow some congos as well. So that's pretty dope. Pretty dope. So yeah, big ups. What's up, bitch? So big ups to Chemi for having some great freeform dreads. Definitely an inspiration. in the game himself. And I'll try to put a few skate clips as well in the bottom. Not in the bottom, but I'll try and put a few skate clips in this as well to make sure you guys get a little feel of how Chemi kills the skate scene out there. But yeah, we have been in chats, and I do hope to one day meet up with Chemi, link up, do a little skate, and alongside with any other dreads out there that we have talked about on this channel. Like, now's the time we got to collaborate and meet up. So that's the eye for this channel for the future, just meeting you guys in real life. But basically, I'm gonna end this dread review here. Hope you guys liked it. It was a little bit different, something new, a little bit fresh. And let me know in the comments below what you think about Chemi's dreads. But until next time, peace out, one love, and I'll definitely see you in the next dreadlock update. Adios. Cha cha cha.
That shit,